Alright. I ain't gonna be here long, but I'm gonna let that 120 seconds go by before I really get to talking, because I'm gonna cuss. We won't be here long, but I'm still gonna use some profanity, so just so the algorithm don't get tripped. They decide they want to do something funky to the stream because I cussed early. No. They want to make these videos not for kids. That's up to them. And I'm going to give them all that. But I ain't going to cuss for 120 seconds hits. Just so that will please the content creator watchers. They love watching. What they watching for? Aren't there more interesting things than black people? Y'all ain't watching the white content creators. I've already figured that out. All the stuff that I see on white platforms, there's no way y'all are watching white content creators. And that's okay, But I wonder why y'all being paid to just watch black content creators. What's that about? What is that about? How come y'all only watching black folks? Don't y'all get tired of watching black folks? Y'all been watching black folks for so long. When you don't have nothing else to do, what we gonna do? Let's watch some Negroes. Let's see what they're doing. Let's see what they're putting together. Yeah, we know. Y'all can't get enough of watching Negroes. Y'all love watching Negroes. I get it. I mean, we are the most beautiful motherfuckers in the world. Yeah, I'm past 120 seconds, so just to let you know. And wouldn't you know it, motherfucker was the first word that I used. Yeah. So, we won't be here long. But we gonna be strong. A couple people done checked in already. I see you ain't said hello, but that's okay. Maybe you're on the move and you just, you was scrolling on your phone and you saw this and you're really not here, but you're here. It's coming through your speaker. So if you're in the car, I get it. You're still at work, I get it. Wherever you are, I appreciate you just being there. I'm pretty good with anything now. As long as a person ain't hurting nobody, I'm pretty good with anything right now. Because I've just gotten to the point where I'm just past giving a fuck. So very, very few things that I care about. And those things I have to care a lot about. So I ain't got time to just marginally care about shit. I need to care how I grind this weed up some more. For some reason, I'm dealing with too many clumps. Thought I got all these nugs totally ground up, and here I am having to push nugs to the side. It's not very efficient, Shannon. So, looks like R. Kelly is closer to having his fate either sealed or continuing to be the Teflon Don of R&B music. I just don't know how he does not go in at the time. It seemed like they had some damning stuff this time, but it seemed like they had some damning stuff last time. So I don't know what they really had. Obviously, it wasn't on court TV, which I would have liked. I probably would have watched it. I had stopped fucking with his music for a while ago. And then just to find out that he just continued down this path. So you know what? I don't mind seeing him burn. I don't say that a lot about us. I know we got some fucked upness about us in some spaces. But I don't say that much about a black man, But I wouldn't mind seeing that motherfucker burn at this point. How the fuck you gonna be around here raping motherfuckers, molesting kids and shit, and your ass can't read or write? You raggedy motherfucker. You wrote some of the most beautiful love songs, some of the most beautiful hits in R&B and pop music history, and you can't read and write, but you want to sit around here and have motherfuckers rubbing shit all over their face, punishing women, filming them and shit, sending it off to other people, blackmailing them and shit, telling them to write notes to say that you're not doing this shit? How you gonna have a motherfucker write a note to somebody, but you can't write a note to somebody? You raggedy ass bitch. Fuck you, Robert Sylvester Kelly. That burns my ass. A motherfucker can't read or write, but gonna tell somebody, write this. Are you kidding me? Yeah, the jury got the case now. They are deliberating. They are deliberating. I could have swore I rolled another motherfucking joint. I'm losing count. It's all right here. I ain't moved, but I could have swore there was another one. It was wishful thinking. So, it is what it is. But I want them to come back with a guilty verdict, because I think he's guilty. I think he's guilty, and I had heard about some of that shit before. You know, they done ran it into some of these other cases. But that rubbing the shit on their faces and, you know, having his people stand around while girls sucking his dick just to humiliate her, then had the girls messing with people that was in his camp. I don't know why they're not on trial too. They need to be on trial too. You receiving oral sex. I don't like rolling a joint every time I smoke, Blaze, so I like to pre-plan. Right now, I'm just pre-planning a few, you know, for the next few hours. Technically, I'll be down for a minute. We'll go check out this football game. You know, it's kind of my relaxation, I guess. To watch some young teenagers beat up on each other for a couple hours in an organized fashion, hoping for a good outcome for my alma mater. It's the homecoming game, so you know you always want to win your homecoming game. When you don't win your homecoming game, that's a shitty game. That's a shitty homecoming dance. You know, you don't win your homecoming game. I don't know if these kids think that seriously about it anymore. We used to. We used to always want to make sure we won our homecoming. We never lost our homecoming game. And we didn't play no whack motherfuckers on homecoming either. We played some decent teams on homecoming. We didn't have no cupcakes. So I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, R. Kelly, he is closer. He's one step closer to either freedom temporarily, because he got a lot more cases stacked up, or he's going in. And they already said if they give him 20, 30, 40 years, the other cases might not even get pursued, because that'll show pretty much that he gonna die in jail. And they may not even pursue the other cases. They figure why have him going all over the country, appearing in courtrooms and shit, when if somebody gets him guilty, pretty much the other ones are gonna be guilty. Ain't nobody gonna be coming back with no non-guilty verdicts and shit. I think they all need to be getting ready to get arrested. All of them. They're all culpable. You let your daughter go be with a man who's already allegedly had these transgressions, and you let them stay with him for days, for weeks, for months, all on a promise that he's going to make them an R&B star. If you don't get the fuck out of my face. I wish somebody would say, you know what, I'm gonna keep your daughter, and we're gonna work on this record. I just be like, you know what, where I'm gonna sleep, because if she's under your roof, I'm under your roof, dog. We don't do that here. We don't lease out kids. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck you Smokey Robinson, motherfucker. You ain't taking my daughter, and I'm going to be in another edifice. If she's coming to make a record, I'm coming to make a record. Scoot over. I wouldn't let my daughter even go record. If they were going to go record, why would you let your child go to a recording studio with R. Kelly? Do y'all even know what happens in recording studios? Like with them big R&B stars, hip hop stars, rock and roll stars, classical music stars. Shit. You ain't got to be no rapper. All that shit used to happen back in the 40s and the 50s. Y'all didn't see Cadillac Records? They used to pull people's chicks down in the pit. Come on down here, let me sing to you. And you couldn't do shit about it. The power of that voice, the power of that musician. So I understand that he had some ridiculous clout. And people wanted a part of that. I get it. And then this motherfucker used it for the wrong way. Used it for the wrong reasons. It's okay. I think some penal system is about to get a new choir director. I'm hoping for it. I want him to become the newest choir director in the federal penitentiary that he's going to go to. Absolutely. Fuck him. Church going to be good in that institution. Mm-hmm. Church going to be good in there. You know, he'll go in there and say he became a minister and everything, and, you know, he going to get all saved and all that. I don't want to hear all that shit. I don't want to hear none of that. None of it. So yeah, what's good, Shell? What's good? I already talked to you, Blazing, setting up the thing. Yeah, you know, I got somebody I'm supposed to meet, like right when I'm about to get out of here. Nah. Ah, here we go. Combined effects of fentanyl, heroin, and cocaine. Damn. Fentanyl, heroin, and cocaine killed Michael K. Williams. God damn. How high do people want to get? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Yeah, Leah's mama needs to go in. And I don't like that goofy shit that Barry Hankerson's trying to pull and shit. Her uncle knew too. Uncle Barry knew too. He's so hypersexual. I'm sure he'll be taking it in the ass and possibly giving it. Who knows? He has to be a hypersex motherfucker to be doing some of the shit that he did over the years. had to be hypersexual, along with mentally deranged. Along with mentally deranged. Looks like Chris Cuomo is got a strange situation going too. Thanks, Free, on that one. It just ain't the year for the Cuomo brothers. But where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire. I think his brother was guilty as fuck. I don't know anything about this 16-year-old allegation, but goddamn, after 16 years, she didn't get over it. Yeah, you might be guilty, dog. 16 years, and she bringing it out now. Yeah, you might be guilty, dog. Yeah. Nah, doesn't surprise me at all. I truly believe that these guys, they get so hemmed in on power. And I don't know where Chris Cuomo was 15 years ago. I wasn't really fucking with him on that news level 15 years ago. So I don't know what kind. It says it was his boss, though. He was sexually harassing his boss. You know, it wasn't like it was a subordinate of his. It was somebody he worked for, and he was such. I'm like, damn, you a ballsy motherfucker. You up here sexually harassing the motherfucker that can fire you. Yeah, I understand that. Totally. I totally understand that, but she was making more money than him. It was his boss. And he was sexually harassing her. Why didn't she just say you fired? Why'd she take that abuse? So it makes me think there was something else going on there. I believe there was something else going on there. Because I'm saying after 16 years, for her to hold on to that shit and say, you know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and file some charges. I mean, she harbored that shit for 16 years. She don't let him be on the news every night, looking at him every single night. And just one day, she was like, you know what? You about to get it, bitch. Because she could have said it anytime during his brother's thing, you know? That could have created a nice windfall of news. The Cuomo brothers and their sexual allegations. This shit is strategic, man. People are trying to take people down. This shit is strategic. Just when we got done talking about his brother, here come his allegations. You can't tell me this shit's not strategic. Yep. I mean, his brother's case had just cooled off, and here come Chris's allegations. Yep. Straight up. Straight up. Wasn't the mayor in Animal House? Wasn't his name Cuomo too? I thought the mayor in Animal House, I think his name was Cuomo. Cuomo is a pretty popular name, it looks like. He didn't have any sexual allegations. But, you know, it is what it is. think he's the one that had his thumb in the dean's wife's ass during the parade insurrection. If you ain't an Animal House fan, you probably don't remember that scene. So don't even try to make sense of what I just said unless you've seen Animal House like 50 times and shit. Okay, Carmine DePasta. Okay. Wasn't Cuomo. Thought it was Cuomo. Blazing, did you just look that up? Are you going to sit here and tell me that you fucking know what the mayor... Okay. Thank you for not lying to me, Blazing. I appreciate you not lying. Because I'm like, I know I'm psychotic about movies, but if this motherfucker actually knew Carmine DePlasto, yeah, bow down. Bow down to the king. Shit. Ain't nothing wrong with Googling. I Google all the time. Ain't nothing wrong with Googling. Yeah. Be seeing some shit. People just, I don't know why they wear it. Dude, what's going on at Gulfside in Washington? Barricaded situation. Mobile crime lab set up. All kinds of crazy shit. So they got a barricaded situation. You just got a motherfucker who just does not want to go to jail. That's all you got. He'll give up or he'll kill himself. Or they'll give up. I don't know if it's one or two of them. I don't even care. Whose kids are these? That's what I want to know. I want to see the mamas and the daddies. Whose kids are these doing this shit? This shooting out here. 21-year-old killed yesterday. 17-year-old, I think, shot. And 21-year-old killed. I'm pretty sure it wasn't the same incidents. And then the next day, now you got barricaded gunmen over there. Okay. Y'all doing a real good job of raising these motherfuckers, I tell you. And then you don't want to let people talk to them when they're young. You don't want to get them into sports and arts and activities and shit. You just want to let them sit up there and play fucking Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, play all the fucking games that is not real world type shit. Then they go out here and just think they can just shoot people. See, the Big Lebowski was it was during my time, but it was a little after me. I think I had already pretty much got those kind of movies out of my system. You know, and then I had a resurgence of different movies that I watched, that younger shit. Like I watched Animal House, but then I also watched American Pie. Like, you know, I watched that satirical slapstick type shit. But there'll never be another movie like Animal House. Animal House was a one-of-a-kind movie. Animal House introduced a lot of people to black music. Shit. And that's the way it was. A lot of them kids, you know, would get to college and shit, and they get to listen to Motown-esque type music, and they like that vibe. They like that vibe. So, you know, they got into that culture. I don't buy into that, you know, white women heard R&B and jazz musicians playing, they just want to smoke marijuana. Although, I mean, I know some that smoke marijuana, not particularly listen to jazz music, or R&B. You know, I don't think that was really the thing. That was just more some propaganda, but yeah, it happens. It's like they came up with some crazy ass things. Smoking marijuana will make white women want to have sex with jazz musicians. Saxophonists, from what I heard. Saxophonists. Andre Davis. Hello? Good, how you doing? Yeah, how you doing, brother? I'm literally just getting up to go to a game. Chuck said we were gonna link up, but we never made it for this week. Let's definitely link up tomorrow for sure. Sounds good. Brother. Motherfucker's name be programmed in your phone. You gotta answer it, shit's programmed. But I didn't even know who it was until I picked it up. And then once I got to talking to him, you can hear the dialect, and I was like, oh, I know what that is. Got it. But don't tell him that I said I was on the way to the game, but don't tell him that I was actually still on my live rolling joints. So, I wonder if he smokes. I'll probably see tomorrow or see the next day. I'll probably call him tomorrow. I don't think I'll have time tomorrow. So. It is what it is. I'm going to get this last one in. What up, Kimi? So, yeah. I'm really hot. I'm really hot about Jonah. I'm really hot about that, They say she going on to some bigger and better things, but why she need to be looking for bigger and better things is she already working with the governor, and all they had to do was be like, how much money is it going to take to keep you? But there's something else that done happen up in there, and I really want to just flat out say that I bet you it's getting hot up in there now, because now she about to start campaigning for her next term, and all the white supremacists gonna come out on her. And it's really a shame that James Craig gonna be the head of the white supremacists, because he gonna be leading that Make America Great Again crowd right at Gretchen. And if they talk shit and talked about killing Gretchen, imagine what kind of names they call Jonah. Just imagine what kind of names they call her. She is a black woman doctor. So I don't have to imagine what kind of names they called her. I already know what kind of names they call her. And she was white. See, they would have just, they would have just said a few things and left her alone. But since she was black, since she was educated, and since she was about her shit, well, I'm sure she got called that doctor nigger bitch, that black bitch. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm sure she got all that smoke. I'm sure she got all that smoke. Jazz is an aphrodisiac. Jazz is an aphrodisiac. Natural. Not none of that Coltrane shit. None of that abstract. I'm talking about some smooth shit. Oh, yeah. Real instruments. Not none of that electronic shit. Real instruments. Yeah, you can do some things with some jazz. So, yeah, man. We get these black professionals out here and we don't protect them. We don't take care of them, and then they move on. And I know there's not a lot of black people up there. I mean, Garland is the lieutenant governor, but we already see where he's at with it. We already see where he's at with it. So it's all good. And I see that's what politics are, especially for Democrats. Especially for Democrats. They want you to be black, but they don't want you to be black. You can be black. You just can't be black. We like you because you're black. But, Yeah, I mean, I think he's probably a good guy. But if I got to look for him when it's time to get busy, I don't think he'll be there. I think he's very, very, very middle of the road. And I don't need a middle of the road motherfucker. The use that I got for a middle of the road motherfucker is to run over him when I drive by. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run over you. If you want to be in the middle of the road, okay. That will serve you well. You just became a speed bump, bitch. It is what it is. Let's see what the temperature is. The temperature dropped yet? So yeah. Kobe Southall, what's good with you? It's the only way we're gonna change shit around, Blazing. As long as there is a status quo, we're gonna get hoed out. We're gonna get hoed out. The Democratic Party is just a sham right now. It's a sham. So if you are not a blatant conservative, I don't know where your home is. Independents, I ain't seeing and hearing anything from an independent that makes me at all think about going that way. I just don't know. So do I just play? I mean, I can just kind of forego. I gotta find out where the fuck my clipper is. I really don't like my nails long like this and shit. I gotta find my nail clipper, y'all. My nail clipper on there. So, smoking on cannabis there, Kobe? Is that cannabis? Make sure that's cannabis. We acknowledge that on the site. We don't approve any other type of smoking. I'll be tripping out one day, motherfucker get on here like, man, what you doing? Like, man, I just about here smoking these rocks. Oh boy. You can get some unapologetic crack smokers. They don't give a fuck. What you doing? Just a couple lines. Really? I didn't really need to hear all that. I mean, that's your business. And when you ask a motherfucker what he's doing and he actually says he was just doing some lines and shit, it's like, well, if he ain't ashamed of it, like, how can I be? What the fuck? Oh. So, yeah, man. The Democratic Party is too right-leaning compared to... yeah. I mean, Joe Biden is a centrist at best. He's a centrist at best. I'm trying to help a couple motherfuckers out. We're gonna start doing some pot shots on the Just Another podcast channel. I'm gonna hit you with a couple pot shots. You know, figure cannabis. We talking about cannabis. We don't always just have to talk about the smoke. I'm gonna do some things about the edibles and everything. That's a lane that I kind of know something about. So, I'm gonna do just another pot shot. It won't be a full cast. Just be a short video clip. You know, just kind of keep the page bumping. You know, we don't let the page kind of languish since it really started. So, you know, I'm gonna keep the page going. It's all good. Go in different directions, and you gotta do different things, right? I might do one of them tonight. I'll probably do one of them tonight. Bio, yeah. Is he a neo-lib or a Leo-lib? And which one of those is a white supremacist? Because all I know is he said he ain't going to feel responsible for shit that happened 300 years ago, even though slavery was not up 300 years ago. So I just snagged another nail. I got to find this goddamn clip before I get out of here. I cannot walk around with my nails fucked up like this. I don't really talk to nobody and touch nobody anyway. I don't even want to shake nobody's hands and shit no more. Because I already know these motherfuckers out here are just germy. They're germy. You know. So. But y'all do your thing. You know, I'm going to get up out of here. Might hit you with another one. At some point. Probably after the game. Just wanted to come in and just, you know, I wanted to get R. Kelly out of my wheel, because the next one, when I talk about him, it's gonna be the guilty verdict. Hopefully guilty. He walks again, boy. You have the most inept group of fucking prosecuting attorneys in history. Like, you motherfuckers couldn't get. They said he rubbed shit on her face. You couldn't convict him on that alone? Jesus. Who makes that shit up? No pun intended. Who makes that up? Who says that somebody made somebody rub feces on their face? Who makes that up? You know who R. Kelly is, Blazing? He was known to make women rub feces on their face, take pictures of it and shit, and send the pictures to people like to blackmail them, and then have them wash their faces off and then rape them. Yeah. Don't worry about him. If you don't know him now, ain't no sense of you trying to learn who he is. He's under piece of shit. I'll be good when that motherfucking verdict comes in and they say guilty, though. Because if they say guilty, he's gone. They're not going to say guilty and give him 3 years. If they say guilty, yeah. Hand claps and gavel raps. So, but I'll holler at y'all sooner than you think. Sooner than probably some of y'all want. But I don't really give a fuck about them. 40 minutes, 60 in the box. See, now my viewers are starting to get higher than my minutes. I don't know what's happening there. Or then again, do I? One love.